Jonas, can you just take us through the game where Casey really controlled the beginning portion in terms of having that offense coming up and kind of stunned the team? How did your team bounce back, and how do you manage to bring it back to the second half?
No, first off, we're disappointed with our performance. We're not good with what we were trying to implement, and that's obviously very, very disappointing. Then, and that also leads us to being losing, stepping in halftime. Then I don't think they create so many opportunities still, even if they have a lot of control in the first half. So maybe it's a goal too much for us to be down there. Then second half, we're doing things slightly better. We are more cohesive in the different phases, both when we're defending closer to goal, but also higher up on the pitch. We're more cohesive in the way that we play in possession and after transitions, and we create a couple of opportunities from that as well. So I think the second half is much closer to what we hoped and what we wanted the game to be looking at. But the first half doesn't give us a chance to get the result we want from the game, and we're obviously very disappointed.
In the season, you've had a couple of games where first 60 minutes were fantastic, and the second half is where it kind of broke down. This time it's the other way around. How do you link those two moving forward?
I mean, I think from this, between the Orlando game and the Kansas game, obviously it's a challenging period, not only for us, for many teams where you have a lot of players away with international teams playing. They play different styles, they are in different environments, and then we only have one training to get them back to say, like, okay, what is the San Diego mentality? And I think you could see that today, when in the first half, that it looked like a team that hadn't played together for a long time, which is also the truth. They haven't done that, and I think we need to find solutions on how to work with that, because I think we have some benefits. We have some really good international players, and now I might say something that I'm not 100% sure about, but the amount of international players that San Diego Wave has that has a long travel to their national teams, I think that might be the most in the league. And given we're on the West Coast as well, and giving a lot of players in Europe, it is a massive external challenge for us to deal with the 8 hours in time difference, with being almost traveling for a whole day for the players, and then recover both physically, mentally, and for us to be preparing for the game. So we really need to sit together with the players, with the staff, and to find solutions for that. So next time when we start an international block, that we can start faster.
What did you say at halftime? There was such a difference between the halves. What did you say to the team?
I think there was a combination of tactical things that we needed to do, but I also think there was a part of it from an effort perspective, that we needed to show more of ourselves. So it was a little bit of both. What I think it's important is that once we started to doing those things, you could see that the players got more energy, the stadium got more energy as well. And I think that's the disappointing thing, that we only did that for one half. We should really have been able to do that both halves. And then Kansas is a great team. So it's not a shame losing to them, but it's a shame sitting here with a feeling that we only tried to do it really in one half. That's not good enough. And that we have to be brutally honest with ourselves.
Well, Eidevall did very well as a second half substitute. Caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think the second half was better. A part of that was the players coming on. I agree, Adrenaline was playing well from that. I also think players like Melanie Barcenas and Kimi Ascanio were also giving us a lot of energy and quality coming on from the bench, which is also nice to see.
Trying some new things, and Manuel Faber coming on. her debut and Armstrong as well. What do you make of their performances?
I definitely think there was good things with all three players getting their first start for the season. I think you see Trinity Armstrong. She's obviously a very athletic player. She could deal with even Shawinka's pace in behind with some runs. And I think it's really valuable experience for her. So getting a start here in the league, she will learn a lot from that. Same thing with Favor Emanuel. Like she's been training well. She's been better and better prepared, and I think she has some good qualities both offensively and defensively that we definitely gonna have use for in the season in central midfield. And then we had Chiamaka starting as a 9, which has good speed and pace, good ability to stretch in behind, and we thought those abilities was going to be important for us. I think we could have used it more, and maybe we used it a little bit more when adrenaline was coming on. But it was a really valuable experience for all three players to get their first start, and it was well deserved for them because they worked hard for that opportunity.
It's really positive guy, by the way. You're very positive. Most managers might come out a little bit frustrated. You have this really positive mindset.
Yeah, well, I try to find solutions, but I am frustrated with our first half. I hope I don't come across as happy with the first half. But there are also positives from the game. Thank you.
So, you guys have now, I know there was an international break in between. You faced 2 of the best teams in the league. Just, is there more positives you can take away from the 2 matches? I know they were both losses, but is there more positives, or is this kind of a good measuring point for you guys moving forward?
I think it's a great measuring point for us. Like we said it after the Orlando game as well. We see things that works, we see things that doesn't work. We're able to see different players in different positions in how we can get the best out of them. And it's not like when we are doing things well, we don't feel that we are very far from that. And that's a really good feeling. Then I think sorry, what's your name again? Is it Al? Tony? Yeah, to Tony's point being where we're talking about getting both first and second half and being consistent with that. We haven't got that so far this season. And obviously, when you're playing against the top teams, that's where you need to come to a performance level. It's not good enough to only have spells and moments in the game that it's good enough. You need to be consistent and be able to do that in 2 halves. So I think that's a real clear answer to the question for us.
And then just one more. You were speaking of Savannah out here. Can you share with us what your message was for
Just for me, I'm interesting to because I see the game from my perspective, but the players obviously see it from their perspective. So I'm very interested in the time now after the game to just speak to the players and be curious about how they experience the game, because I think it's the only way that me and other coaches that we can help the team in understanding how they see, how they experience the game, how they felt in the first half, what was clear with my messaging, what was maybe not so clear. And I think it's that communication that helps us grow and develop together.
Jen from the Seattle. This is a question about the new player and the ideas and you about
Yeah, what you want to know?
Tell us everything.
No, what did you shoot her? Think about this your player and I don't know something.
So Daniela is she's not with us yet. She's still in the process of acquiring her working permit in Colombia. They were in Japan with the national team where Daniela was playing, and that of course set us back a little bit into the visa appointment. But Hopefully she gets it soon and she can be with us here now working. I mean, Daniela has international experience. I think she's acquired good results, both playing in Brazil for the club team, but also for the Colombia national team. She has a winning mentality. I think she's a defender that has good quality on the ball. She's calm, she's composed. She both have a shorter and a longer range in passing, and she definitely puts her body on the line, and she has some really tremendous defending qualities in the penalty area. Now, what she will need, of course, is to be adapting to a new team, to a new league, and so far she's had 0 minutes with us. So we need to invest in her. We need to invest training time. Of course, speaking to her, getting her to feel as comfortable as possible. Luckily we have people speaking Spanish in the team. We can work with translators, but of course we want to try her and help her speak as much English as possible, because that's obviously going to help her communicate with her teammates as well.
We have time for one more. Go ahead. Edward.
After Morvilla for Diario from Spain, after this months working in America, what's the level that you see in the NWSL and the biggest difference from the WSL?
It's a good question. I mean, obviously, I think the difference between the teams in the league is less in NWSL than it is in leagues like WSL or Liga F and so on, which makes it for a very exciting league with small margins that will determine the outcome. There is a lot of external factors to take into account into the league with travel and time difference and climate changes and so on. So you need to be very good in dealing with those factors to be successful as well. I'm very happy to be here. I think it's an exciting challenge. It's definitely something where we need to grow and develop a lot of things long term, but I know we have a strong and ambitious management and ownership of the team that are very committed to develop and grow this club towards their vision, and I'm very happy to be here playing a small part of that.
How is to put the European style in America in the NWSL?
Well, that's a question that's probably better going to be answered when we see it through the through the whole season. I think there is, anywhere you play, there is the same moments that you need to control in soccer. You have when you have the ball, when you not have the ball, and of course the transition moments in between. Then it's going to be a little bit different between the leagues, being like how much is a transition. But I come from Sweden, and Sweden is not very used for being the country that is best with the ball. It's not the style. It's very organized football in Sweden. It's a lot of transitions in Swedish football as well, especially when you come and when I was working in men's Division 2 and Division 1. So you need to adapt to that. Then you're coaching top teams, like I coached Rosengård in Sweden or Arsenal in England. You have different players. You can play a different brand of football and dominating through that. I would like to see myself as an adaptable coach that can not only play one way, but can find solutions. And that's the process of what we're trying to do here now with San Diego. So it's not about me. It's not about me coming here and saying, this is only my style and we can only play this way and everybody has to give me that. It's about me seeing, what do we have? What is this league here? What do we need in order to be successful? And then I need to adapt to that. And of course, the players and the club also need to adapt. And I think we're doing that at the moment.
That's a great way to end. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jonas.